Ciao, it's Patrick here from A Guide to Italy with my favorite tip on how to eat well in Italy and eat a bit more inexpensively and actually a bit more quickly. Uh, but don't get me wrong, I love to sit down for long lunches and relax and really soak things up when I'm in Italy. But sometimes we don't have time for that, or there's just a lot of things that we want to see, and we might want to try some different foods, and maybe it's intimidating to go into a restaurant and sit down and have that experience, or maybe you're by yourself and you don't want to do that. So here is my best tip for that, and that would be to go to what is known commonly as a Tavola calda. Tavola calda. Now they go by different names, or the food you would find behind this display counter, you might find also in a gastronomia or a rosticceria, or even in a bakery, a panificio. I've seen these counters where they sell prepared foods at bakeries as well. So the dead giveaway is when you're walking by a shop, look for these counters where you see food displayed behind glass. Sometimes there's seating, sometimes there isn't. And the assortment really varies. But what I like is if you're on the go and you want to get something a bit more quickly than going to a sit down restaurant, or maybe it's not quite lunchtime yet and you want to get something, but the store's open, you can do that. And I like it because rather than just grabbing a slice of pizza, right, which you'll find at bakeries to go, or maybe just grabbing a sandwich at a bar with some prosciutto or cheese or on some focaccia, right? It's the same kind of stuff, but here you get a variety. You can get vegetables, you can get meats, you can get different things, and you can pick. And if you don't speak Italian well, or you're worried about that, you can simply point at stuff, and I'll show you the words and phrases you can use for that in just a moment. And then I have on here no coperto. There aren't cover charges for these places. A cover charge is the couple extra euro you pay whenever you enter a restaurant. They add it to your bill for the service. So interesting things here. And if we go to the next one, you can see there's such a wide variety of these places. Here's one that sells fish, and we see some arancini, which are the rice balls on the left that are fried. So lots of different things to pick from. And one other way, before I get to the phrases here, that I think is a great way to save some money and eat really well is to get an apartment that has a kitchen. If you can do that, we have so many wonderful ravioli and homemade pastas and different things. Where the markets have vegetables you can cook and fruits and meats and cheeses to try. So make your own meals, and I love absolutely doing that. So if you can get a kitchen, that's really, really, really great in order to make some of these things and try some different kinds of ravioli. It doesn't take much in Italy to make great meals. So some phrases that I think will help you out with this. The first one will be pointing when you walk into these tavola calda, would be to point and simply say questo, questo, which means this, or quello, quello, which means that. Or you could ask for a portion by saying una porzione, una porzione, una porzione. Or we could say a little, un po. Or we could ask for a piece of something by saying un pezzo. Now, with any of these, make sure you say please, make sure you say per favore, per favore. Always add that on when you're asking for things in Italy. All right, so how else can we do this? Well, if the piece we're asking for is too small or too big, we have different ways to differentiate that. And if we want it to be smaller, we could say più piccolo, più piccolo. If we want it to be larger, più grande, più grande. If it's too much, we could say troppo, troppo. If we want less, we can say di meno, di meno. If we want more, we can say di più, di più. All right, we're not done yet. It's really important that you know how to ask in more precise quantities because they do often sell things in the tavola calda by weight. So in Italy, we use hectograms to buy things for the weight. And un etto, 1 hectogram, is about a quarter of a pound, a bit less. Due etti, if we double that, we get about a half a pound, but again, we're doubling that difference, so we're getting a bit less here. Quattro etti gets us a bit closer to it gets us close to a pound, but again, we're a bit under because that difference keeps growing as we multiply this. If we want a little bit more than a pound, right? But somewhere in there, mezzo kilo, which is half of a kilogram. Un kilo, 1 kilogram, is 2.2 pounds, which would be a huge portion of something to get. But if you were maybe getting something for a few people, you could get a kilo of that lasagna or whatever it is that you happen to be getting. So I hope this was helpful for you. I love these places. Be on the lookout for them. Again, the dead giveaway is walk by a shop, look for the counters, and see if you see them there. And they might heat things up for you if you want to heat it up to eat there or to take back to your hotel or apartment or wherever. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe so you can get access to other ones. It helps me out too. Share it with others who it might benefit. And I have a book, A Guide to Italy, Cultural Insights and Tips to Maximize Your Trip. There's a link to it right here. So please check that out as well. I consolidated a lot of great information in there. That's it. Ci vediamo. See you next time.